Hello everyone, let's have a look at group 17 elements of P block. So group 17 here is made up of fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. Okay, they are the members of group 17. Collectively, they are known as halogens, or sometimes we refer them as fluorine family because fluorine is the first member of the family. Now, if I talk about the occurrence, fluorine is present mainly as insoluble fluorides. You can see CaF2, that's your fluorspar, cryolite, Na3Alf6, and you can see here also fluorine is present. And small quantities of fluorine are present in soil, river water plants, and bones and teeth of animals. Seawater, it contains chlorides, bromides, and iodides of sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. Just to remind you, because of magnesium and calcium, we know that the water becomes hard. So hard water is actually due to Mg2 plus and Ca2 plus. But it's mainly sodium chloride, that is 2.5% mass is NaCl. Okay, so sodium chloride is the main constituent in seawater. Next, you can see fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. We will not study this much in detail. Okay, we will limit ourselves till iodine. Okay, because this compound here is radioactive. So you can see as you go down the group, atomic number increases, atomic mass increases. You can figure out the general electronic configuration, that is Ns2Np5. Okay, Ns2Np5, 4s2, 4p5. So again, it is all valid. Covalent radii, as you go down the group, it increases. At ionic radii, it increases. Note that they form anions. Okay, they actually require one electron to fulfill their octet, hence they form anions. So ionic radii X minus in picometer, you can see 133, 184, 196, 220. So as you go down, it increases, and anionic radii is bigger than their covalent radii in all of them. Same way, ionization enthalpy, as you go down the group, it decreases, okay, as the size becomes bigger and bigger. Electron gain enthalpy, so you can see there is a trend here also. Okay, it is going towards zero, but there is a little bit up and down from fluorine to chlorine. Just note this. Okay, electronegativity, we know fluorine is highly electronegative, and as you go down the group, electronegativity value decreases. Then hydration enthalpy, okay, you can see it also decreases as you go down the group. Talking about their molecules, that is F2, Cl2, Br2, I2, you can see the melting point trend. As you go down, it increases. Boiling point, as you go down, it increases. Density, it again increases. Okay, the distance between XX bond, okay, that is halogen halogen. Note that X is representative for halogen group. Okay, so you can see halogen distance is again increasing, bond length, you can say. So if the bond length increases, bond enthalpy or bond dissociation enthalpy decreases. Okay, so that's a general trend. Also, you can see their electro potentials. Okay, that is standard electrode potentials. These are their standard electrode potentials. Next, let's look into detail one by one. The electronic configuration, as I said, they have the outermost electronic configuration as Ns2Np5. So they are only one electron short of their noble gas configuration. So they will try to take one electron from somewhere. Now, atomic and ionic radii. Halogens have smallest atomic radii in their respective period. Okay, why this is happening? It is because of the maximum effective nuclear charge. Remember that in the previous classes also, you have studied that as you go along a period, the atomic size decreases. Okay, and atomic radius of fluorine, like other elements of the second period, is extremely small. Okay, remember that it's extremely small because it doesn't have empty d orbitals. Atomic and ionic radii, they increases from fluorine to iodine, that is due to increase in the number of quantum shells. As you go down the group, your principal quantum number increases, hence the size of the atom increases. Next, ionization enthalpy. So they have very little tendency to lose electron. Thus, they have very high ionization enthalpy. So due to increase in atomic sizes, ionization enthalpy decreases down the group. Okay, as you go down, size increases. If size increases, ionization enthalpy value decreases. Okay, and since they have very low tendency to lose electron, because they are actually first of all they are electronegative. Second of all, they have high effective nuclear charge, and in order to complete their octet, they need just one electron. So they do not want to lose an electron, rather they want to gain an electron. So that's why they have very high ionization enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy. Halogens, they have maximum negative electron gain enthalpy. Reason is they get immediately stable. Okay, so this is due to the fact that the atoms of these elements have only one electron less than their stable noble gas configuration. Electron gain enthalpy of the elements of the group become less negative down the group. Now, if you remember, I told you to make a note of the values. So, the negative electron gain enthalpy of fluorine is less than that of chlorine. Okay. So why it is there? It's due to the fact that fluorine is having very small size atom. So because of the small size, the inter electronic repulsions are very high. Okay, because the orbital is very small, whereas in case of chlorine it's a little bit bigger, and thus the incoming electron does not experience much attraction from the nucleus. Okay, there is more repulsion in fluorine. So that's why if you see the trend, here it is minus 333, minus 349. Okay, so here the repulsions are much more. That's why this trend is there. Okay, next is electronegativity. As I said, they are highly electronegative. Fluorine is known as the most electronegative element. So electronegativity decreases down the group, fluorine being most electronegative element in the periodic table. Finally, some physical properties. Note that fluorine, chlorine are gases at normal atmospheric temperature and pressure. Bromine is a liquid and iodine is a solid. So their melting and boiling points are steadily increasing with the atomic number, so that we have already seen. All halogens are colored. So the coloring comes because of the absorption of the radiation in the visible region. Okay. So this results in the excitation of outer electrons to higher energy levels, and whenever the electron comes down in energy, it releases that absorbed quanta of radiation, and that will display the different colors. Okay, for example, F2 has yellow color, Cl2 is greenish yellow, Br2 is red, and I2 is violet color. Note down the colors. Okay, these colors are important for your analytical chemistry. The smaller enthalpy of dissociation of F2 compound compared to that of Cl2 compound. Okay, so basically when you break F2, uh, it has smaller enthalpy. Like it requires less energy here. Why do it require less energy? Because XX bond dissociation enthalpies of chlorine onwards, it decreases. That is from ClCl to BrBr to II. Now for fluorine, the main reason is it's very small. Again, there is very high electron repulsion inside. Okay, but whereas if I talk about chlorine, bromine and iodine, the stories are a little bit different. Okay, so a reason for this anomaly is that relatively large electron repulsion among the lone pairs of F2 molecule, whereas they are much closer to each other in case of Cl2 and then Br2 and I2. I think that's it. Thank you.